Guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to apologize first of all for this situation here. My hair looks like pretty much crap because I haven't gotten to go get it done. So I was gonna wear it up and then I saw that I looked like a giant potato, so I tried to bring half of it down. But anyway, we're back today. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure the camera is good. Because in the last video I wanted to do kind of like an update and review of some of the newer items that I've received, and I didn't really get a chance to do that because the video was already too long and I didn't want to make like a 45-minute video. So I was like, let me cut this out and I'll just do dedicated video just for that. So I'm just gonna talk about some of the newer items that I've received in the last few months because I haven't made a video in a long time, and kind of just give you an idea on how I feel, what I think about them, if it's something that I would repurchase, or you know, just honest info. So, and I'm sorry about the lighting. It's kind of overcast, so the clouds will pass by and it gets a little dark, and then the sun will come out and it's like super bright. So if I look different colors, I'm sorry. So let's get it started. I want to talk about some of the palettes that I've gotten. So some of the palettes that I've received, and obviously they're newer to me, but they've been out for a while, some of them. So I got, for Christmas, I got two palettes that I was like dying to get, and one of the palettes is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I don't remember if I used this in the other video. No, I did not. That was the purple video. But I use this palette a lot. This is like my everyday palette, and as you can tell, sorry, don't mean to blind you with the mirror. As you can tell, I've been using it a lot, and this is actually a powder that I use to set my in the mornings my concealer or my primer with. And then this is a lot of like neutral colors, and you guys know that neutrals are like my favorite. I hope you guys can see that. I don't have a viewfinder on my camera, so if you see me kind of like adjusting myself, I'm sorry. I can't tell if you can see or not, so sorry. But yeah, so anyways, these are the colors here. I really used a lot of these pinks because there's actually no peach color in here, even though it's a peach palette. I thought that was kind of weird, but if you mix, I noticed that if you mix like this color, which is called Puree, and some of the caramelized color, this light pink here, if you mix those two together, it makes a really pretty peach color. And so I've kind of experimented with that, and I really like the way it looks. So aside from the palette being really nice, it's got some really nice colors in here. Of course, it's got your neutrals, it's got some shimmers, it also has pops of color here. There's a couple of purples here, and a green, and of course the palette smells like peaches. So this is like really, really cool. Too Faced has really good products, as a lot of you might know. They have a lot of the chocolate bar palettes, and those are really good too. I don't own any of the chocolate palettes, but this one really caught my attention and I really wanted to get it. So thank you to my sister-in-law for purchasing this for me for Christmas. And I do recommend this palette. This is a really good palette. It's got a lot of colors in here for spring, summer, and you can even use it obviously in like the winter time with these darker colors here. So there's a lot of variety in here, and I would definitely recommend this palette. Moving on. The other palette that I really, really wanted was the Anastasia Master Palette by Mario. This is the makeup artist who does like the Kardashians makeup, and I really like the colors in this palette, so this is something that I really wanted to get. So these are the colors in the palette. It looks like I haven't really used them much, but I do use them. It says that they are so pigmented, a little bit goes a long way. That is actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I did a little bit of the Isabel on the crease with a little bit of Muse. This is like this burgundy color here. And then on the lid I put Fifth Avenue, which is like that gold color right here. God, I hope you guys can see that. There. Again, these colors are extremely pigmented. It's got a couple of colors in here too. It's got like a blue, it's got a green in here as well. And let me just do that hunter green, and then like this blue here. I mean, these are like, they're super pigmented, and you need a little bit and it goes a long way. Anastasia Beverly Hills does really good jobs with her palettes. This is the second Anastasia palette that I own, and I really do like the palettes. They last a long time, and they're really pigmented, and it's a good amount of product in the palette itself. This one is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 shadows in here. I don't remember how much this one costs. I can put the prices down below, but I do obviously recommend Anastasia. Anastasia is really good product, and obviously Mario is a great makeup artist, so this is a good one to pick up as well. Excuse me. As you guys can see, I'm no longer sick. Eh? Okay, so this other one, my sister-in-law also bought this for me. This is the NYX Strobe of Genius palette. This is a highlighting palette, and I've always wanted to try this. Nick has some... Nick? Who's a Nick? NYX has some really good products out there, and they've stepped up their game a lot when it comes to foundations and stuff, and like eyeshadows. And I know that they have like this new foundation out there that's kind of like a drop bottle, kind of like the MAC... what is it called? MAC... oh, jeez. You guys know what I'm talking about. It looks like a drop bottle, and it's like for your whole body or whatever. They have a new one like that from NYX, and I kind of want to try that one too. But anyways, back to this. So this is pure highlighters. These are really, really nice. You can never have enough highlight, right? And so I've used pretty much all of them except for these two up here. I'm not quite sure how this yellow would kind of work. There's really no like sheen, no shine to it. It's kind of just yellow. So why would you want to wear yellow highlight? And it's not pigmented enough to be an eyeshadow. So I haven't really messed with that yellow one, but all the other colors I have, I've even used like this lavender one on top of some of the golden color ones, and it really makes it like pop. In the purple video that I made the last time, I used a little bit of the lavender on top of my highlight, and it looks really good. I like it. So this is actually really nice. This is what I don't remember how much these things cost. I will link it down below, I promise. But this is really inexpensive, and there's a variety of highlights in here for every skin tone. You know, they have like the gold, and they have like the peachy colored ones, and then they have like the more lighter ones. So you can even do a combination of highlights to create your own color. This is really good, actually. I would really recommend this as well. It is a little powdery, but if you use a little bit of a like spray, or you use a beauty blender afterwards, and kind of like a damp beauty blender, and then put it over that highlight, it makes it look a little more natural and not too chalky. So I do recommend this if you're starting off to experiment with highlights, or you want to try some different shades of highlight. This is actually a really good purchase for you. I do recommend this a lot. So this is again the NYX Strobe of Genius. The next palette is one that I just ordered through HauteLook. And this is a brand that I've heard a lot of the YouTubers talk about. I know Makeup Shayla has talked a lot about this a lot. Nikki Tutorials has talked about this a lot. And these eyeshadows, like, they look really good on the video. So when HauteLook had this deal going on, I decided to purchase it. And this is the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. The palette itself, like the outside, is really pretty. It's like super bright, and it has like a lot of the bright colors on here. And this is supposedly the mini one, so let me compare. This is the mini to the Anastasia. This is pretty big. So there are the colors. These are awesome. They're so pretty. And I used a green here on last weekend. I had one of my friends come over to visit from LA, so I wanted to look a little made up or whatever, and I tried this green, kind of stepping out of my comfort zone. You guys know I always stick to the neutrals, but I tried a green color, and I really liked it. I did kind of notice that after a while, even though I did use eyeshadow primer, it's probably because of my hooded lids. You guys know I struggle with my hooded lids, but I felt like it kind of had rubbed off from the top, and you could only see it at the bottom. It was like more pigmented at the bottom. I don't know if that was because of my like greasy hooded lid, or maybe the type of primer I'm using, or I don't know what, but I did wet the brush when I put it on. I packed it on, and then I kind of used another brush to, you know, diffuse it or blend it out. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I'll have to try it again, but these are really, really pretty colors, and they are extremely pigmented as well. So this is my first time actually using this palette, so I can't really say, you know, it's not good or it is good. I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I heard a lot of bad things about this too. So I think it's just everybody's preference, and then I feel like I just need to continue to use this palette and see what I can come up with. I've actually had one YouTuber and one of my Instagram followers. She has her own channel. Her name is hold on one second. I had it and I lost it. Hold on. Tori Lynn. Tori Lynn. Excuse me. I will link her channel down below. It is Tori Lynn. She does a little bit of blogging, and she does like fashion for plus size. So I totally support the plus size girls in the community, because of course I am a plus size girl too. But she does a little bit of blogging. She's done some makeup reviews. She recently did a review on all of the palettes. She bought 3 of these palettes, I believe. She bought the Nubian Masquerade, this one, and the Nubian 2. And she did a review on them. I will link her channel down below so you guys can check that out. But she also said she liked these as well too. She's only used them a couple of times, but she came out with some pretty good looks. So I'm gonna keep giving this a try. I really do like that they're extremely pigmented. Let me go ahead and do, oh, stuck my finger in it. But like, for example, like this one here, this one's called Chai. But anyways, it's like a, look at that. I mean, that is like super bright. And then like the green that I used is like it's kind of like a metallic green. This blue one here is called Dahlia. And this one here is called Zola. It's like an aqua. I mean, these are really pigmented, pretty bright colors. It's just maybe I don't have the experience of using bright colors like that. I tend to go with the browns and the nudes. So maybe the way I did it was wrong. There's that purple there. That one's called Makeda. I don't know. But you get the idea. I mean, you see how bright these shadows are. So I do want to continue to give them a try. I'll probably film some looks. Again, if you want to take a look at that green look that I did, it's on my Instagram channel, and I'll link that below like always. But yeah, that's enough about that. Moving on. Let's talk about some of the new foundations that I've tried. I have 3 excuse me, I have 3 foundations that I've tried recently that I really like. One of the oldest foundations that I bought was a few months ago, and it's the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation. I had heard a lot of things about this one, and everybody was liking it. I like more of a lightweight foundation. I'm not a big fan of the thick foundation. I don't like that cakey feeling on my face. So I wanted to try this one because this is a water-based foundation, and it's by Tarte, so can't go wrong with that. But this is in a dropper like this, and you can see that it's really liquidy. I love this foundation. If it was really easy to just go out and buy another one, because you know this stuff is expensive, I would use this every single day. But I do use it when I get a chance. This is in the color Tan Sand. At the time, I believe when I went to buy it, that was the darkest shade they had. I think they have more colors now. But this is really good. It does feel really lightweight. I feel like it has a good amount of coverage on it. This is more like a medium coverage, but definitely buildable. But it just feels like you have nothing on your face. And that's like one of my favorite things that I like about foundations. I don't like to feel like if I touch my face, I'm going to have like a layer of frosting on my face. I just, that's not my preference. One of my cousins has been raving about the Milani Conceal Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. So I kind of wanted to give it a try. Milani, as you know, is a drugstore brand, and they've been coming out with some new products too. So I wanted to try this. This is in the color Sand. This is in the color Sand, and this is tended to be more of a medium to full coverage if you build it up. I personally don't like to build this foundation up because I noticed that when I did build it up, it oxidized. So, girls looking like Oompa Loompa. That's not a good look for me. But if I use just one coat with a really damp beauty blender, I felt like that worked really well. I don't recommend using this with a brush. I feel because it is really thick, it's gonna leave streaks. Like, I feel like it's not gonna be an even application. with this. It's had really good coverage. I feel like it lasts all day. I did notice I got a little oily on my T-zone, but I always get oily. Doesn't matter what foundation I've used, I tend to get oily in that area. But if you just kind of use a blotting paper, it looks like you just applied fresh foundation. So this is really good. I think this was like $10 or something. I got it at CVS. And if you want to try it out for more of a fuller coverage that's inexpensive, I do recommend it. Test it out though first, like if you want to do multiple layers, because it does oxidize, so careful with that one. The last foundation I just recently purchased is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is the foundation I used in my last video. I did want to talk about this foundation because this foundation is amazing. I've used this foundation every single day for work, and I feel that it has good coverage, it looks good, it's lightweight, and I don't feel like I look like my skin, like my face doesn't match my skin. That's what I'm trying to say. And right now I feel like it kind of do, and I'm gonna say that it's the concealer. Like concealer had a lot to do with it, but this foundation is also very lightweight, and this is in the color Desert Beige. Now, and the applicator to this is a little spatula. Oop. It's a little spatula, and so when I pull it out, I just kind of dab it on my face, and that's it. Just one application, one coat for me is perfectly fine. I do feel like this is buildable. I've never tried to build it up because I feel like one coat is fine for me, but if you want to build it up, I believe that this foundation you can, because it's really lightweight. It has a funny smell to it when you first put it on. It kind of smells like paint, like spray paint, or like oil or something. I get like a hint of oil, but it doesn't stay. Once you blend it in your face, you don't smell it anymore. It's not like a super strong smell where you're like, oh my god, this smells disgusting. There's a faint smell in here, but it does go away once you apply it. So again, this is the Wet n Wild foundation. I do highly recommend this foundation. I know you guys have seen the Artis brushes, or maybe you haven't, but they were all over YouTube like not that long ago. It's those weird looking brushes that kind of look like giant, like I thought they looked like giant toothbrushes or like a paddle brush, but they look like this. The original Artis brushes are very, very expensive. I think I saw a brush this size, it was about $60. That's not gonna happen. So I found some brushes on Amazon, and it's a set of 5. These 5 here. $10. Yes. $10. So $10, and it comes with a set of 5. I have been using these for about 3 weeks now, and I definitely need to wash them, but I love these brushes. Like, I love them so much. It's made the foundation application like super easy in the morning. I used to use my beauty blender all the time, but with this it's like a couple of swipes and I'm done, and it's even application. It's amazing. I don't really use these 3 here. I tried to use, I think it was this one. No, maybe I haven't used these 3 at all. But I think this is supposed to be more for like if you do like a liquid contour, you can use this brush. This is supposed to be for like a brow highlight if you want to use it. And then this is supposed to be for your lips. I'm never going to use this. I mean, maybe for like you can do like an inner corner if you really wanted to. I don't know. I don't see myself using these 3. But these two have been my best friends. So this one I use my foundation, the foundation application with this one. And then this one I've been using for my concealer, under eye and then like over my eye kind of deal. And then it also fits in the middle right here, so I can put the concealer and my foundation right here in the middle too, and then obviously on the forehead. So these 2 have been my favorite. These are really, really good. And then the last couple of things that I've gotten, when I bought that foundation, the Wet n Wild foundation, I also purchased the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Dual Ended Contour Stick. One end is like highlight, and then the other end is the contour. I used this once and it was like a quick, like, let me just try it really quick. I didn't like it. I felt like it didn't blend really well. Like, this is supposed to be the contour side, and it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm not blending it correctly. Maybe I didn't use the proper tool. Maybe I'm just not good with liquid contour, but I really just felt like this wasn't, it looked like I had a huge sideburn. Like the Elvis pork chop sideburn type deal. That's what it looked like. It looked muddy. It just didn't look right. It could be that I just didn't know how to properly do it, but I don't know. I'm just not convinced. If you've tried this and you liked it, let me know. Maybe it's just me that I'm a loser and I don't know how to use this or whatever. And then that highlight side, I really didn't see. It looks kind of like pink. I am not, girl, it's not pink. The other thing I bought from Wet n Wild was some of their new liquid lipsticks. The liquid catsuit. Make a Last liquid catsuit matte lipsticks. I saw a review on these, on all the shades that they have. The girl who was talking about them, she said they were really good color payoff. They don't feel dry on the lips and all that other junk. So I told my sister-in-law about it. I showed her the video. She purchased some, and she had just gotten them when she was here last weekend. She tried some out, and then I purchased some that same night. We went to CVS and they had some there. I don't know exactly how I feel about these just yet. I've used this light color, and I feel like the light color is a little streaky. It needs multiple coats on there. I mean, mind you, it doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel like it's such a camera for ruining my flow. Anyways, like I was saying, I feel like this is too, it needed multiple coats. And my sister-in-law pointed out the applicator. This is supposed to be a doe foot applicator, but it's really weird. If you really look at it, it's got a bit of a ridge right here. You see how it's got like that little ridge? It's kind of like at an angle. I don't know why they did that, because when you're applying it to your lower lip, it makes it a little difficult to apply. Like, colors are really pretty, don't get me wrong. This is called Nudist Peach. I'm actually wearing the darker one. This one is called Goth Topic, and this one too, I feel like it's a little streaky, not as much as the light one, but I do have to use multiple coats because it feels like, you know, it'll come on really dark and then you swipe it again and it's like it takes it away as it's applying it. I don't know. I mean, I feel they're great on my lips. They don't feel dry. They don't feel like they suck the water out of my mouth. There's no transfer there. It's really good. Just these particular colors. There might be some other colors that I haven't tried that work a little better. But, I mean, I like the color. Again, as you can see, it's a really pretty color. You just have to be careful with the application. If you tried some of these products and you have a different opinion, let me know. Let me know what you think, what your experiences are with these items. Like, again, there might be some that it just maybe not for me, my skin tone, my skin combination, I don't know. But if you have tried them or you want to try them, you want to know more about them, let me know. Also check out Tori Lynn's channel. Again, she's a beauty blogger, fashion, and then makeup as well. Check her out. Her videos are pretty cool. I will link her info down below. And that's it, guys. That's all I got for today. So yeah, anyways, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.